Welcome. My name is Tracey Stevens, and this is the Healing Point podcast. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm really excited to have this conversation with you because I know so many people get so much out of these really deep conversations that we have on the podcast. So I'm going to hand over to you. And what is it that you would like to explore with me today?
So the issue is trapezitis, which is inflammation of the trapezium, the muscles of the neck. I've noticed this for the past 2 months. For the past 1 year, I have a corporate job. So can assure you that the posture and desk job for 8 hours straight might have added up to it. But that being said, 2025 has been extremely stressful on the personal front. Although it's a corporate job, the nature of job has never been stressful as such, but personal life has been very, very stressful. I've been married for the past 4 years, and it's only getting worse and worse and worse year by year.
Right.
And this year, since April, things have been like, people have been celebrating Halloween, and I'm like, my every day in 2025 has been Halloween. Although there has never been any abuse physically, or verbally, emotionally, it has been quite draining, very draining. I think that's something that has been added up to this.
It certainly sounds like it, because obviously that's come up in the first few minutes of you talking. So it must be a really big thing for you that you're in a relationship that you're unhappy with. Would that be fair to sum it up like that?
Absolutely.
Okay. And whenever I think of this neck pain, which you indicated was on your left side.
Yes, absolutely. The left side.
So my key word for anything to do with the neck is obligation. And you're smiling now. When neck pain arrives, it often keeps our head facing one direction and makes it more difficult to turn our head or to look in a different way and look at a different perspective. So, first of all, does that resonate with you?
Oh, 200%, 200%. I can guarantee. You had me at the very first word, obligation.
Yeah. Yes, and it just sounded from how you introduced this issue that there was the main issue, the relationship. So we can already make that connection here. But let's go a little bit deeper, first of all, because you're in a job that is not too difficult, you said. But does it give you pleasure? Does it give you joy? Do you enjoy the work?
No, absolutely not. I don't know, since you've put the word out, obligation, I have to do this job because financially, I don't think I can depend on my husband. He was also keen on being married to someone that is actually employed. It has been discussed. But that being said, it's not a path that I would want to be in. The corporate side is something he wants me to be, and my mistake is that I have been agreeing to him out of the fear that if I don't live up to his expectations, he would be disappointed in me.
Okay. And is his disappointment a big factor in this?
Absolutely, absolutely. Because whenever he gets disappointed, he'll be sad, and that would create a tension in me. It would unsettle me, and I would be chasing him like, why are you sad about? I'm sorry. Please, let's just fix this. And this has been the pattern. But of late, I'm trying to understand that I can't keep him happy at the cost of my own happiness.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. You know, who made you responsible for whether or not he is happy?
I myself.
Yeah. And what would it be like not to have that responsibility?
That's something I'm going through at the moment, where the marriage is absolutely, there's no love at all. No love. We are like two roommates in different rooms.
Yeah.
And what is the point of being married when neither of us are happy?
Yeah.
But again, going back to your word obligation, where I come from, being a divorcee is seen as a huge taboo. Like, you can't be a divorcee, or what will people say? A pressure comes from my family, my father especially. You can't be a divorcee. Your uncle, I hardly know them, but I've been put in this position where like they come and they intervene. We will talk it out. I'm like, no, please, I don't want any audience in my marriage. But
Yes.
that being said, he is not aligned on this point. He wants his dad to intervene, his
Mm.
sister to intervene, and I'm genuinely tired. Tired is the word I can think of.
Yeah. And so I can hear that this is not something you want and you are in a place of obligation. So what choices are left open for you here?
One is to walk away from the marriage
Yeah.
to protect my own peace,
Yeah.
or stay in the space, be in that cold, cold environment of no love, no respect. It feels so lifeless.
It feels to me like there's one clear choice for you because I could say, what would it feel like in 10 years' time if you're still in this same place?
I just can't. You have taken it to 10 years, but I just can't imagine like the very next year.
Right. Exactly. So you've come up into this stuck place or this edge. I always call this an edge. It's like, ah, do I jump off into the unknown, into the fear and the fear of being rejected? I'm guessing is what comes up for you. Or do I stay on this side of the edge, never make the leap? If you think about this, what's happening in your neck, it's just mirroring this stuckness. Which way for your head is the most difficult way for you to turn?
The left side, if I turn, I feel that pull.
Yeah,
But the right side is free, absolutely. But the left side, after a certain angle, I feel I can't do beyond that.
you feel restricted. So when you look to the left, there's a restriction, constriction.
Constriction.
And it's interesting, isn't it? Because that left side is representing the feminine, representing intuition, nurturing, nourishment. And it's almost like you can't quite turn into all of that because there's a fear there. Would that be right for you?
Absolutely. Because I'm sorry for bringing my husband again and again, but he constantly says that you should be multitasking, you should be hyperactive, you should be doing the job, coming back home, catering to the family. Which I'm like, I can do something, like, I can either do this or I can do that. I wouldn't mind staying at home, looking after the family. I wouldn't mind. But then he puts that pressure on me that you should be that warrior as such. You should be fighting it out. But that's not at all my nature. I'll be very thoughtful of even scolding a person with a feeling that I might hurt that person. So the way I would address it would be very calm. He expects me to replicate his energy, absolutely, that fiesty, which is not at all me.
And I'm sort of wanting to smile here because it always just amuses me how people think that you should be something different from who you actually are, from who all of us, we're all who we are. And to deny that true nature is just so impossible for us, especially in the culture that we have going on today in this day and age. And none of us have a right to expect anyone to be different than they actually are.
And if I may add, I want to pursue a career in yoga as a yoga teacher. That is where I find myself like unapologetically me, like the authentic self of mine. So when we've seen the counselor, he mentioned that if she's going to be a yoga teacher in future, I don't want to be married to her. I don't want to pursue a career which he is interested in.
Yeah.
So maybe that is my first step.
It sounds like you're so not suited to each other. It sounds that you're so far apart in the things that you want in your life that it feels like there's only one choice here. And so let's just talk about the fear that's sitting inside of you about making the move to leave this unhappy relationship. So when you think about that, what happens for you? What happens inside when you think about, okay, tomorrow I'm going to pack my bags and I'm going to go?
The control of my dad, my father,
Okay.
he has always got his grip on me. And even now, I find him constantly interfering in the marriage. Although I have vocally expressed that, please don't do this. I would handle it my way. This is my test, my exam, and I want to clear it all by myself. But there is no respect of that boundary. He's always barging in, trying, although his intention might be pure of providing help. Since I'm in the marriage, I'm in the situation, I would know if what he's doing is actually helping me, harming the marriage per se.
Yeah.
So if I'm out of this marriage, definitely he would be controlling my life. Controlling my life. That's absolutely the phrase.
Can you see a similarity here between your husband and your dad?
200%.
So it feels very almost karmic. Here's where you start to claim your power back from people who are over controlling or controlling, wanting to direct you in your life. Let me ask you this. What is it about your father that you think he feels that he needs to control?
So we are a family of four. Me, my mom, whom I lost 3 years ago.
Ah,
I have an elder brother and myself. So he has always been controlling. My mother is, oh my God, I can speak for hours together about what she has gone through. She passed away of a lung cancer also. She never had the courage of walking away from the marriage, and she was enduring it for almost 30 years. Like when she was there, she was my emotional support. Like I could talk my thoughts out unfiltered. Like I didn't have to think, would my mother scold me, or would that disappoint her? Ever since I lost her, I've lost that huge connection. Same for my dad. After my mother's death, somehow we got dispersed in 3 cities. I mean, of course, my mom is no more, but my brother is in another city. I'm in another city. So his fingers are absolutely free now. He's trying to grasp that control. Fortunately, as an opportunity, he found my marriage to be doing that. Doors open for him. Now he can come into and control. Because my husband is a person who absolutely hates when people give him a solution or an advice or a suggestion. And here, my dad, he's trying to do everything, force his solution, force his suggestion, force his control, his authority. But is it working? No.
no, it's not. In fact, it's driving you in a different direction.
It's making things worse and complicated.
Yeah. And what's the worst thing that's going to happen here? What happens next?
So I would have to move back to my house,
Okay.
the one where I grew up. And so there have been moments from my academics where I didn't perform well. When I say academics, it's like when I was 15 years old or so. So at the age of 32, that I am currently, he still brings them back. Or you have failed this exam, or you have failed that interview, or you have failed that job. So now if I go back home, I know every day, along with my food, I'll be served one spoon of, or you have failed this marriage. No, no. That very thought that he would say it is very scary, very scary.
Okay.
Because I know how this relationship has started and where it is. It started off very beautifully. 4 years of marriage, but 1 year of courtship. It was that first initial 2 years, 1.5 year, at least I can say, was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
What worsens the situation for me is when I'm in this marriage and every third person becomes a Shakespeare describing how this marriage is. No, I know.
Yeah.
And for an outsider, they just randomly keep saying their marriage has been troublesome since day one. This is from my father and his father.
Mm.
And I keep fighting. How are you guys capable of saying that? We had moments where things were beautiful. Like, how are you guys quantifying the marriage? Why are you quantifying the marriage? Why are you labeling the marriage per se?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if I go back to the question, if I go back home, my dad would give all the labels, bring all the comparisons to people that have had broken marriages. The mockery, the criticism that would come, oh, you are like this aunt of yours who has been very bad cultural, morally. And that hurts me even more. I don't think I have the courage to address that or face that.
I think you'd be surprised what courage you've got inside of you.
I can't believe that.
I don't believe you don't have the courage inside of you. From everything that you've told me, how honest you're being, how aware you are of your own power and actually what you want for your life, it feels like this is a particular challenge to you. And it feels like a really big turning point, not just for you, but for your whole family. Do you feel that as well? If you were to go through now and end the marriage, because it feels like there's no other choice for you. And yes, it will be really difficult. Everyone will be projecting onto you their own judgments.
Exactly.
But so many of us have to sit with judgments that we don't like. And the only reason why it's difficult is because we identify with the judgment. We believe, yes, that's us. Eventually, if we're told enough times how bad we are and how broken we are, and how shameful we are, we start to believe it. But this is the point: is that you have a choice to either believe what they're saying or understand that it's not true and that it's not you. Now, if you were to put yourself in a different position in the family, for example, I don't know, whether it's a cousin, it's another female member of this extended family, there may be something, or for a friend even, there may be something there in your doing this and leaving that marriage that they can then draw on and say, well, she did it, so I can do it too. And what a role model you would be for friends, for family, for anybody really that is able to see that you went against the wishes of this authority figure in your family and you actually chose yourself, because that's what people do, that's what our people are doing, and cultures are changing because people are choosing themselves. I know there's such a strong culture and tradition in India, still in pockets, but there are also many, many women who have chosen themselves and created a life and have been able to go, I hear your judgments, but I choose not to identify with the way that you're seeing me and the way that you're looking at me. That's not who I am. And there's so many examples of this in history as well, isn't it? When we're faced with it ourselves, it's so difficult. And it's this fear of being rejected by everyone, fear of being judged. But that only affects us if we believe that's who we are.
Mm, exactly. In a way, we are giving power to their, let's say, description.
Yeah, yes, exactly. And the world was a different place for your mother, and it's not the same now for you. And so there must be other options as well. You know, you are working, so maybe there are other options for you as well to keep the job that you're in at the moment and then move into create a different scenario. Potentially, I'm just putting it out there. Sometimes we think the answers are black and white. It's either this or this, but maybe there's something that is a different shade in the middle there, like living on your own, or whatever that could be. But that would be my question. Does it have to be like that? Do you have to find your way back to the family home, or could you create something new for yourself?
Exactly. That is what I should be doing. Like you said, black, white. If black is staying in the marriage and white is going back home.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there are more than two ways I can create my gray.
Yes, and create your life. And there's always a step that appears in front of us when we're looking for it. What's my step out of this situation? It may not be leaving your job. It may be just that a friend offers you a place to stay, or I don't know, however that evolves. But what I can promise you is that the clearer you are, the more the universe is going to put that stepping stone in front of you
Absolutely.
towards the next step. And that's all you can ever do is take the next step. Like right now, it seems like the next step is to say that this is the end of this relationship. And then let's see
Comes ahead.
what comes of that, and yeah, how's this feeling in your body?
I feel so positive. It's not as scary as I perceive it to be. As you said, the black and the white. No, no, no. I need to bring the option 3.
Exactly. Remember that when you were a child and your father might have seemed quite authoritarian and scary to you, you're not that child anymore. And you may be trying to solve this problem from that place or that wounded place from when you were younger, whereas actually you're not that person anymore.
Exactly.
You're no child.
What bothers is that he keeps reminding of those past failures. So maybe if I don't give value to it or give that weightage to his perception of me, then they're just words, simple words.
That's all they are.
You didn't do this, you didn't clear this exam. Okay, I didn't clear that exam.
That's right, I didn't. If he's projecting shame onto you,
Exactly.
you do not have to consent in your mind to take that inside of you.
Hmm.
It's an invitation. So imagine that every time your dad is saying something, he's inviting you to agree with him. Yes, I am shameful. Yes, I have failed. Yes, I am whatever the words are.
I have failed the marriage, let's say.
Now, in your mind, if you imagine that coming towards you, you have failed in your ability to hold a marriage together. What what response? What comes up in your mind?
It's okay. It's okay. I mean, it's okay that it has failed. Double okay that I chose to walk out of it when it was so chaotic and burdensome for me.
Yeah.
For me first.
Look at what you've learned from this marriage.
I could compile a book on that.
Yeah. You're not the same person that went into this marriage.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
How much more grounded is your energy? How much more are you aware of who you are from being in this marriage?
Connecting to myself. I don't think before the marriage I had that previous me had that connection. Today in 2025, it's a different consciousness of myself, I can say.
Yeah.
The awareness of who I am. I might not be able to get 100% picture, but the clarity is different and it's a clearer picture today.
Yes, exactly. So your father and your husband have all conspired together to help you find out who you are and to touch on that sovereignty inside of you. It's almost like the contrast of who you want to be and who they want you to be has created such a momentum towards actually who who you want to be yourself.
Exactly. It's more like discovering whom I want to be. More like,
Yeah.
had there not been that pressure, I would have been in a different bubble altogether, happy in it, living by it. But now I want to come out of that bubble. Be with me. Just be with me.
Yeah.
It's okay if my father is there or not, if the man I'm married to is there or not. I'm there for myself.
Yes. And every moment has been a stepping stone towards this self-discovery. And also, it feels strongly that there is some sort of direction for you that's already in play because you're already being guided into a particular
Path.
a particular pathway.
Absolutely.
So let's just slightly change direction now, just to give even more context to this. Why do you think, or what do you think being controlling is about?
Restricting you, be it your growth,
Yeah.
your freedom.
And why would somebody want to restrict your freedom?
Exactly. It's about them. It is their nature, but I'm allowing it to happen.
Yes, so there's a co-creation in it.
Uh-huh.
You, your husband, your father, it's all being co-created together. But it's also just worth considering that when somebody is wanting to control another person, it's because they don't have their own sense of power inside of themselves.
That's brilliantly put. I can use this phrase on both the men. I see what is happening. Like, how does this fit well in their lives?
Yes. Yes, because they're not representing themselves. It's like the pressure is on you to represent them.
Their needs.
Exactly. And who they are and their own sense of self-esteem.
Their image.
Exactly. And so imagine that all this has been created so that you can come out of the equation and they have to find their own sense of self.
That's beautifully put. That's beautifully put.
So everyone has a part to play. It's almost like a theatrical, I don't know, like a movie or something, isn't it? Everyone has their part to play. There's growth for everybody here. So by you not complying to their wishes and actually following your sense of self and your path and your authenticity, you're actually allowing them to find theirs too.
Well, I mean, that's such a beautiful way to put. I don't know. I feel a sense of compassion, maybe. Oh God, I need to think about this, Tracy.
Yeah. And that's it. When people are scared, they try to control everything around them because it makes them feel safe.
Oh my God.
Your father, he wants to feel safe, but he also wants to feel you're safe. And because being out there in the world as a divorcee is within his belief system something that is unsafe and scary, he's scared for you, he's scared for himself as well. And this is where you start to see the child in people and how they use control to try and keep themselves in this safe place.
True, true, Tracy.
Yeah.
I see that.
And here's the words: I'm so sorry you need to control your daughter. I'm so sorry you need to control me. I'm so sorry that you don't feel able to stand on in your own energy without controlling me.
I am absolutely speechless at this
Yeah.
new perspective.
When you see this other perspective, it's like having a much wider lens. You can see how all these puzzle pieces fit together and how actually the only course of action is the one that you're being guided to, because everybody, even though they may resist it, will actually, in truth, benefit. Whether somebody resists or not is their choice. just as this is your choice.
Absolutely.
How's this feeling? If you just touch inside of yourself now.
I feel safe. I feel safe. I feel it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. I feel a bit sorry for them, maybe.
Yes, and just bringing some compassion in is a really beautiful thing, because you're actually so strong in your own sense of self. And I have no doubt that your mother is also there.
Thank you.
If you were to connect in with your neck now.
No way. I'm able to move my neck. No. No. I am. I am. Oh God. I'm able to move my neck. Please, sorry. I'm absolutely sorry, but
Apologize at all.
I'm able to move that side.
There you go. You've just done that.
I can't believe this, Tracey.
I love this. This is great. The block was only coming from inside of your mind.
I really can't believe this. I can't believe this.
You think the physical is separate, and it's really not.
Oh, I can't thank you enough.
You're so welcome.
This is beautiful, Tracey. This is so beautiful.
I know, and there it was inside of you all the time. I love that you've been able just to access that. Our words and our thoughts just keep us so limited.
Mm-hmm.
The way we consent and agree to take what's projected onto us and hold it, and you just let it go. And I just want you to hold that, because then you know you can do anything once the window's open. You know, it's almost like, oh, there's the view, I can see it now. And sometimes we just get very fixed and we can't see that different perspective. But opening that window, it's just given you a whole new way of looking at things. And it was always there. It was always there. But sometimes that's where our mind just keeps us sort of in quite a blinkered way.
Like the horses, one common example in India, they tie the to the side of the horses so that its vision is absolutely narrow.
That's right. So all we've done here is just take those blinkers away. Also, just recognize that that's what was happening with your neck. It was also showing you that I can't see this other way of looking at things.
The narrow view.
Exactly. I love that sigh. Look at what's happening in your body there with that breath.
Exactly. It feels like some shoulder has been thrown away. Absolutely. Thank you, Tracey.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this, you'll find a lot more content on my Instagram account at thehealingpoint._. If you have a question you'd like to explore and are willing to take part in the podcast, you'll find all the information you need on my website, which is www.tracystevens.org/podcast. Thanks, and see you soon.